So I finally sat down. Well, I was so tired of walking about. But the things I do for you guys. Anyway, I was talking about this death sentence that hangs over us. Yeah, it's not really bad. I'm not saying it for you to get scared. And I'm not saying it for you to give up. But one thing I've learned is in order to tackle something, you must actually face the truth about it. There's no sugarcoating it. So let's say it as it is. Let's say it as it is and just put it out there. Now, it's not that every one of us dies. Yes, every one of us dies, but you get what I'm trying to say. Most of we sickle cell carriers we actually live a long and fulfilling life where we get to do normal things like get married, give birth, have kids, have grandchildren, become wealthy, and blah 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 blah. The rest of it. So we actually have life. But there, how do I put this? Okay, so this thing, this genetic disorder comes in stages. There are most of us that are really strong. We just answer sickle cell as a name. Not be say they affect us, not be say we look like as if we're sickle cell, but it's just there. There's the normal shortage of blood and everything, but they still look very healthy. And then we have the next level. There should be a name for all this things scientifically. But like I said, I'm not a doctor. So we have the next level of sickle cells. They look like sickle cells, but they are manageable. They are still strong. Then we have the weakest ones. Those are the ones that, it just shows when you see them from afar. It shows the yellowish eyes, the everything. Most of them have this bad mouth odor thing. I don't know if it's every one of them, but me, I don't have it, so I cannot tell you. I can only tell you based on what I have seen when I go to sickle cell clinic or sickle cell foundation. So most of them have that. Most of them look really, really thin. I look really, really thin. I'm so thin and I'm smallish that most times people, especially guys, take me for granted. They'll tell me, we can't have anything to do with you. It will be child abuse. You look so small, you look childish. Yeah. So basically we live. There are many of us that have good and prosperous life, and there are still many of us that get to a certain age and say goodbye to the world. So I'm not trying to make you afraid, but it's only part of life that we handle and discuss these negative parts before we start looking for positive parts and then solutions. So just keep an open mind because many of this will come up. Now, as I was saying, we live, we have children, we have grandchildren, and so on and so forth. So it's not like as if by force say all sickle cell carriers must die. And that is not it. Then about the Legosa, I'll tell you what I know about it before I go and make research so that I can give you a full detail for those of you that really want an in-depth understanding but don't want to carry book and read, or don't want to go to the hospital to say, doctor, I need to understand Legosa. Or for those of you that maybe are related to a sickle cell and you just look at them, and because you don't have the right information, you think, okay, this person has Legosa due to the fact that he or she is dirty. Most people think that. When I was in school and I had my first Legosa, everybody ran for me. They were like, oh, she's dirty, that's why she had it. How can somebody just stay and her skin will just open up and sore will just start coming out? She's so dirty, and people ran from me. But that is not it. Now, leg ulcer or skin ulcer, which I have, but I have the smaller, milder part of it, is something that happens due to such a shortage of blood to that particular part of the leg. Yes. So most people have it big, like the whole leg is bandaged from thigh to feet is bandaged, and they constantly have to go for dressing and constantly have to go to the hospital to be checked. And most of them, oh my god, the stink that comes out from there. But I'm not saying it for you to laugh at them. I'm saying it for you to know that, okay, this is what we go through, and this is why we are special. Because it's not easy for somebody to fight that kind of thing. You would only understand when you have it. When you don't have it, you can't understand. No matter how person will explain, give you, you know, if you just understand. Now who should they pinch? Now if you tell you how you feel. Now who if you understand how you take the pinch? Yeah, I think I got that. Who should they pinch? Now if you tell you say, okay, this is how the shoe is pinching me. And even when he or she tells you, you still can't understand it until you put your leg in that shoe. So now it's actually painful. The leg ulcer, it affects the entire leg. The pain, it's not like the normal diabetic sore that when somebody is suffering from sugar and has a and has sore on the leg and it continues to reoccur. No, this one is, we not offend the thing. No, we'll just like be on our own and it will just open up. How it starts for me is, it starts like a little itch, small itch, and then from that small itch there's pain, and from pain it begins to affect my leg, and pus starts coming out, and that is when I know that the fruit of my leg is ripe, if you know what I mean. Don't be offended at the way I'm talking, but I'm just trying to get you a clear picture. So that is when it opens by itself, or you open it up and you start dressing. Mine is minor. It's not actually serious, because with every reoccurrence I have learned to dress it by myself, which I do well. Now, so this being said and done, I would take it one at a time. I'll take the opportunity to tell you about what we face every segment. For today, I'm talking about leg ulcer. We have a whole lot to. We have the shortage of blood. The shortage of blood, and then we have the hip pain or the limping thing, and then we have the crisis, the body pain, the joint pain. So there's a whole lot to talk about, which we'll be taking one by one. But for this leg ulcer, and for being a sickle cell carrier in general, it's, if you learn how to cope with it, it's something that you can actually live with. It's something that's the best part about being a sickle cell, is that you learn to appreciate life. You learn to, appreciate the little things that you achieve. Like, okay, like take a look at yesterday. Normally, anybody that signs out will be like, okay, don't finish. I have signed her out. Big deal, big whoop. We've signed out, we finished. But for me, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond just signing out and going to school. For me, it's a big win, because recently I lost my sister, August 28th, which is kind of the major reason why I'm doing this. It's affected me mentally, psychologically, and it's made me feel scared. Like, okay, I've never really heard a story of a sickle cell that survived. My mom tells me though. My mom be like, Adekunle Gold is sickle cell, he's living, but Adekunle Gold is not related to me. So the ones I've seen, I've lost 2 of my sisters to sickle cell. I've lost my friends in school to sickle cell. So it's scary, because these people are close to me. And there was this radio presenter one time that died of the same thing. And it's so scary, because the people that are closest to you are the people that you hear that they died because of this. And those people that have the money, the facility, and the recognition don't actually die from it. It's a lesson though. They don't die from it, so I shouldn't be scared, right? But they are not close to me, so I'm still scared. Anyway, now, which is why I'm trying to reach out and encourage those of you that have the same fear I have. I think we should be each other's strength. I think you should learn to cope with your own. Like, I'm still learning to cope with my parents have it up to here with me. I'm always not coping. I barely take my drugs, but as time goes by, I begin to learn the importance of taking drugs. When my sister died, they don't need to tell me. I've been taking my drugs constantly. You don't need to tell me. So the best way to cope with this is just, eat good food. I know we like junk. That's when they tell us say no shop. Now then we dey wrong go. Don't eat this. Now that one we go chop. That chocolate that they say we should not eat. That is what we're after. So it's not that you don't eat this. You don't eat chocolate. You should eat chocolate. Once in a while you indulge. Indulge in those crazy cravings. But when you're indulging, still eat what is good for you. My older elder sister, there's a doctor. She's like, eat liver, eat vegetable, all these things will boost your blood. I take egg and milk. That one, my mom should never find out that I'm grateful to her for that because it's really helped a lot. Other I still they give her wahala. When she say come and drink, I will run. But it helps. Then I take, in fact, I'm basically like a guinea pig. I can't really remember everything I take, but I'll tell you the ones that have worked for me. I take vitamin E because of my leg ulcer. It works. It doesn't totally heal the leg ulcer, but it's takes care of the skin. It nourishes the skin, and then it expands the time before you have the next one. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So vitamin E is a constant friend of mine. My mom is always supplying it, and my dad. So I'll say thank you to them for that one. Then your folic acid, your Bico, your vitamin C. Don't be like me. Take all these things. They are very good for you as a sickle cell carrier. Then okay, self-love is very important. Once you love yourself and you can get rid of all this bad vibe, bad energy, haters, I think one should be able to live long and avoiding stress. If you know you're okay with yourself and what you've done, and you know that okay, I have done my best, and you know your best is good enough for everybody, leave what other people say and just concentrate on you. People will always talk. If you walk on the streets with big belly, they will laugh. If you walk on the streets with big muscle, they will still laugh. So don't let somebody get you down and make you fall sick because he's trying to amuse himself or herself. That is also a vital part. Okay, I said I'll be talking about only Lagos. I've gone extra mile. So we'll stop there for today. For those little adoring viewers and fans that I have, to all of you, I really appreciate it. And I beg you to keep supporting me because it is because of you I do this. I'm doing this because of you so I can extend to those that need it. I can reach out to those that need it. What is the point of doing this if nobody is watching? So please, if you know somebody that you can touch, if you're if you're a sickle cell carrier and you've experienced all of this and you've learned how to cope with it, please reach out to the next person. Be your brother's keeper because you don't know who you're saving. Yeah, you don't know who you're helping when you do little things. So until next time, bye.